Messiah said to the woman with the daughter who needed healing, who wasn't a disciple. She hadn't been taught. But he said, she comes and she said, heal my daughter. And he said, is it right to do this? I came for Israel, not for the Gentiles. She's saying, and again, most of us, if we came to this guy who is a healer, we thought, he is a man of God, and we came, and he said that, most of us would walk away right there and say, yeah, forget him. And then she keeps going. She said, no, but he says, is it right to throw the children's bread to the dogs? And instead of walking away, now most of us, I don't know how many would be left of us, she says, but even the dogs or the puppies, and we take the crumbs. Why did he do that? It says he's without distinction, without partial. He loves everyone. He gave his life equally. There's no distinction between Jew and Gentile with the love of God, with the salvation of God. He says, I've come for all. Go out to all. He could raise up the children. Many people from the kingdom will be not in the kingdom, but people from outside will be in the kingdom as well. So why did he do that? Well, there was a prejudice going on with Jew and Gentile, and that's how they called each other. But he was using that to test her. He was testing her, using that, and he put up an obstacle to see what she was going to do. And the disciples saw this. They probably felt ashamed because they may have had prejudice as well. He used that and said, well, is this? And she persevered. What was he saying? He was not saying stop. He was saying keep going. I'm testing you. I'm putting up an obstacle right now. Not to discourage you. I'm putting up an obstacle so your faith can be stronger. I'm putting up an obstacle so your love can be stronger. Not so your love can be discouraged, not so your faith can be discouraged, but so your faith can be strengthened. God puts up obstacles to test us, not to discourage us, but to make us more faithful. How are we going to overcome without that? How can you show mercy without that? Test of faith. It was to reveal that God will test. It may look cruel. That looked cruel for a moment. When sometimes it looks like God is not being loving. As if he doesn't care what's happening. It is a test. He does care, and he's right there. She holds on. She goes through, and God is saying, hold on, go through. To reveal to his disciples right there. To reveal to her, and to reveal to all of us who read this now. Say, keep going. Sometimes God says no when he means yes. Sometimes it seems like he says no to the prayer. He puts up the nose, but he's saying, keep going. Keep going. Obstacles, keep going. Keep going. He's really saying yes. But you need to pass through. That's faith. To manifest to the angels. To manifest. And to deal with it. In school, tests would reveal a problem. So for instance, this happens. You get tested. You lose your temper. And you say, I have this thing. I thought I was so spiritual. And then all of a sudden I blew it like that. I blew it. I can't believe I blew it. God's saying, I can believe you blew it. I can't believe I blew it. And in front of these people. And so what's it going to do? It's going to say, I got to work on this. So it's bringing out what has to be worked on. And sometimes we think that the tragedy is that you blew it. No, that was already in you. The test just brought it out. When you blow it, it's bringing it out. So it's not a bad thing. It looks bad to you because you didn't see it. Now you see it, but it was there. You understand? So it's a good thing that it comes out so you can deal with it. There are those in the prosperity school of faith teaching which says basically that, only good is going to happen to you pretty much in your life. Well, actually, only good does happen to you as a believer, but it's the good that comes through even bad things too, good and bad. So the thing is that the problem with that is the faith ends up being conditional. And therefore, you see, it does not pass the test, because then when things go wrong, the faith falls apart. When a test comes, the faith falls apart. God has given us a more important faith than that, a deeper faith than that says, I will praise you when things go well and when things don't go well. You died on the cross for me. So I will do that. And so therefore, our faith must be tested, and we must have a faith that passes the test. Lord, whatever happens, I am yours. Whatever happens, I'm praising you. Whatever happens, Sometimes you look at what comes out of a test when you mess up, and you say, yeah, look at that. That's not the end of it. God doesn't want to discourage you. He always wants to encourage you. So it can be taken out. Tests also confirm your gift. They confirm your calling. That's what tests do. Second, tests show you what you have learned or what you have not learned. So with God, you're to be learning. The Lord taught his disciples. Then he tested them. Oh, he tested them. He tested them in the storm. And he taught them all. He didn't test them at the beginning. He taught them, and then he tested them in the storm. Do you really trust me? Do you really have faith? He tested them. He said, how long have I been with you? He's saying, you've been in this course you should have done a little bit better on this test. He's linking the crisis with a test. You should have done that. You should have passed. He said to them, unless you eat my body, drink my blood. He's speaking spiritually, not physically. But he knew this would be hard, and people left. He tested them. And he said to his disciples, the inner core, he said, were you going to leave me too? And they said, how can we? We have nothing else. That was their test. He refined them. He purified them. He said, do you trust me? Do you trust me even when you think I'm wrong? Do you trust me when you think I'm speaking things that are not even biblical? Do you trust me? God is saying, a test is often when it looks like God is saying, do you trust me when it looks like I'm not being loving to you? Or I'm not being right? Or I'm not being biblical? Peter said, we left all we had for you. Where are we going to go? Only you have the words of eternal life. Peter passed the test.
To find out how you can receive more of Jonathan's teachings, to receive special free gifts, or get in touch, go to hopeoftheworld.org or call toll-free 1-800-YESHUA-1. That's hopeoftheworld.org or call 1-800-YESHUA-1. That's 1-800-937-4821. You can also get more at Jonathan Cahn's Facebook page or write us direct at Hope of the World, Box 1111, Lodi, New Jersey 07644, USA.